Hello, you've caught me relaxing with some lovely fishing.
This is Stellar Blade, or as I call it, Stellar Wade, given I spend so much of it dipping my toes in the sparkling oasis of the Great Desert. Yes, I know there's a big monster somewhere waiting to have a sword pushed into its ear, but these lobsters aren't going to button mash themselves onto my hook.
This is all I want from a minigame, a chance to escape the hustle and bustle of the whole saving the world routine. You know, put down my weapon, crack open a nice cold drink and just...
Rob, the list.
Oh yeah.
As that rude interruption proves, you're only ever minutes away from something dragging you back to reality. For every minigame offering respite, there are 10 more pushing your fingers to breaking point or applying extra pressure in what is already a highly pressurized environment. Some minigames aren't a break from the ultimate challenge, they are the ultimate challenge.
So, regretfully, here are 7 times minigames were harder than the final boss.
Final Fantasy is the home of the impossible minigame. Simply mention tricky side activities to a group of Final Fantasy fans, and so begins the one-upmanship, as they lean back, cross their arms, and smugly proclaim their game of choice to be the series' peak of challenge.
Want a challenge? It's got to be 200 dodges on the Thunder Plains.
Thunder Plains? Don't make me laugh. Come talk to me when you've done 1,000 jumps in Final Fantasy IX's jump rope.
Jump rope? No. Please, try getting that dolphin to jump up in Under Junin.
That's really easy.
Yeah, but I've only played Disc 1 of Final Fantasy VII.
Anyway, they're all wrong. I'm picking Moogle Mischief in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, probably because it's in the front of my mind, as in it's burned into my forehead from where I head-butted the TV after my 50th attempt to herd Mooglets into their pen.
It's more crushing than the Temple of the Ancients.
Like, who is setting the arbitrary time limit on a herding game? And where are the Mooglets getting these weapons of increasingly mass destruction? I've seen what they're selling in the Moogle store, and let me tell you, it isn't a tornado gun or infinite bombs. Oh, and why, for the love of all that is holy, can't Cloud leap over a 1-foot fence? Like this thing? Oh yeah, Cloud can kill that, but this... Sorry mate, no can do, too difficult.
That I've beaten all 8 million phases of the final boss and yet can't beat Moogle Mischief says it all, doesn't it? Maybe Sephiroth should be allowed to purge all life from Earth.
Next up, everyone's favourite impromptu surgery simulator, Dead Space. Well, I say everyone, I mean Nathan, who despite being jettisoned from the PlayStation Access airlock, still continues to blather non-stop about Isaac Clarke.
Well, that's the thing about Isaac. He's the perfect utilitarian hero. I mean, he rides around on a tram. His weapons are tools that you might...
Of course, while Nathan's right to praise the USG Ishimura's twisted infrastructure and the meaty abominations that call it home, even he admits that the unspeakable horrors only truly arrive with Chapter 4's asteroid shooting minigame.
Put me back in storage.
In a section aptly called Obliteration Imminent, Isaac finds himself playing arcade classic Asteroids, but for reals. And it's here that you realise the USG in USG Ishimura stands for, shooting gallery. Every lump of rock you fail to hit thunks into the hull, threatening to send all its passengers into the depths of space.
I mean, heaven forbid anything bad should happen to all those necromorphs.
Forget Dead Space, the killer here is Dead Zone as you delicately massage the analog sticks, all while asteroid collisions further throw you off. You'd need your hands to grow necromorph-like appendages just to have the stick control required to survive.
Thankfully, they dropped the turret minigame in the 2023 remake.
Wait, they've remade Dead Space? Can Isaac talk? Is the plasma cutter still the best weapon?
Our third entry is Ice Cream Beat from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Merging memorization and rhythm, this is Simon Says if instead of one Simon you had 3 grating cartoon ducks. You must remember who says what, when, and then parrot it back.
Sorry, duck it back.
To build a ludicrous stack of ice cream scoops. On paper, it combines two of my favourite things.
Rhythm games and ice cream.
But what that paper does not convey is what a brutal taskmaster this game is. I call it Ice Cream Blast, as the blasted button presses must be just so, the blasted score requirements are lethal, and during the whole thing, these two blasted listen banners are there, just condescendingly shouting at you.
Imagine if I was to treat you, the viewer, with that kind of contempt.
And they aren't just any tunes, they're Disney tunes, designed in a laboratory to be the most potent earworms of all time. Mastering Ice Cream Blast means letting It's a Small World After All merge with your ears on a cellular level.
Interesting fact, It's a Small World is estimated to be the most broadcasted song of all time, with over 50 million plays. Another interesting fact is that 25 million of those were me trying to get a fantastic rating on Ice Cream Blast.
Farming. There's a reason it's only one letter away from harming. This is tough work. 5 a.m. starts to till the frost-hardened soil, the sting of sweat in your eyes as you drive the seeds into the earth, praying that the crop takes this year, that business isn't derailed by drought, locusts, or the crushing bureaucracy of agricultural policy.
Rob, have you actually played Stardew Valley?
Maybe they patched that stuff out?
Okay, maybe Stardew Valley isn't the stuff of a bleak Ted Hughes poem, but it's harder work than most games. Certainly harder work than what I'm used to. So you'd be forgiven for heading to the Stardrop Saloon, slipping your hard-earned pocket money into the Journey of the Prairie King arcade cabinet and enjoying a nice relaxing round of being murdered repeatedly by an army of tiny zombies.
And it's not like I can even rage quit, as then word will get out that I'm a sore loser, and then Abigail won't go out with me.
Given the daily grind of farm life, a tricky arcade shooter will hardly lower your blood pressure. Okay, Prairie King isn't Binding of Isaac hard, but it's hard enough for a bronze trophy for finishing the game and an ultra-rare silver trophy for doing it without dying. Actually, forget what I said earlier, this is bleaker than a Ted Hughes poem.
And that's why Journey of the Prairie King is harder than the final boss.
Stardew Valley doesn't have a final boss.
You mean you never fought the Giga Potato? Noob.
Red Dead Redemption 2 takes us to a different time, an unforgiving time, when men settled their differences like men, with bare-knuckle boxing, accidental pinky surgery,
God damn!
and when things got really spicy, dominoes.
Yeah, just like Grandma used to play.
But as any outlaw knows, true legends are born at the blackjack table. Don't laugh, it's a game of guts and nerve, and one I consider myself quite the master at.
Hell.
But even I stumble at level 8 of Red Dead Redemption 2's Gambler Challenges. You need to win 3 hands of blackjack with 3 hits or more. That's drawing 5 cards without going over 21. A perilously overstuffed hand. As you tap the button to play endless games, minutes become hours, become days. Go exploring in Red Dead Redemption 1 and you'll find my ghost somewhere still trying to complete this challenge.
Imagine if I allowed luck to dictate the outcome of a Friday feature. Heads, we continue. Tails, I just wrap it up right here.
You can't talk minigames without talking about Yakuza, a series about wronged gangsters out for bitter revenge, as long as they can tear themselves away from Sega Bass Fishing. Honestly, you can't take 2 steps in Kamurocho without another distraction popping up.
Care to play some cards? Up for some Jenga? Want to play some old Sega games? How about Connect 4? Let's go karaoke! Won't you run my failing sweet shop?
Amazingly, most of those are real, but one Yakuza minigame we'll never joke about is Yakuza 5's Winter Combat, in which Tiger Saejima is invited to take part in an escalating series of snowball fights, which is pretty frivolous for a man best known for killing 18 people.
18? I'd probably get tired after, I don't know, 3?
Saejima's beefy arms were made for force-feeding punks traffic cones, not throwing delicate slush orbs at Japanese salarymen. Not so much a problem in the early one-on-one rounds, but once you're in a 4-man battle royale, all 3 rivals become magically magnetized to your shaven bonts, peppering you with icy death the second you pause to line up a shot. Honestly, we'd go another 10 rounds with that grizzly bear before facing off against this lot again. Finally, we have Fire and Sword Spider, a retro maze puzzle hiding away in the hacked computers in Observer System Redux. This is an entire genre of difficult minigame. The retro throwback, artfully designed to imbue a world with a lived-in history by capturing the pocket money gobbling brutality of 80s arcade cabinets. See also Cyberpunk's trauma drama, Fallout 4's holotape games, or that frankly impossible Rapunzel cabinet in Catherine.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, do not, under any circumstances, let down your hair.
Observer's retro ramble makes the cut because the rest of the game is a gentle, if bleak, walking simulator. The difficulty jump from poking around in futuristic apartments to suddenly outrunning spiders in a maze is a bit more extreme than playing an arcade game in Night City, for instance, a place where everybody is trying to kill you all the time.
Warning, desynchronization imminent. Administer medication.
And this video is over, meaning I can get back to my Stellar Blade fishing. Bliss. While I'm waiting for something to bite, I might read through the comments. So please share your difficult minigames under this video and give it a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for a video like this one every Friday at 4 PM. And I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.